Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Barcelona news video in which we're going to cover every single news, every single transfer rumor, every single speculation, every single confirmation surrounding the best club in the world, FC Barcelona. Like I mentioned in my last Barcelona news videos, we're going to see a lot of things being sent during this whole transfer window, during this whole summer, because a lot of people love talking about Barcelona, positives, negatives. Can they make signings? Is Messi coming back? Is Nico Williams even joining them? A lot of things will be being said, so we're going to cover as much as we can in these videos, so stay locked in. Let's get to it. Starting off with some news that we already covered in the past, which is ANSU to AS Monaco. It has finally been confirmed. He is gone. He is now wearing the red and white jersey. He is not going to play for them in the 25-26 season, and all we can say is good luck to him. You know, Barcelona have loaned him out, and hopefully maybe one day he can come back the player that he once was at 16 years old. We're still thinking about that player that once was at 16 years old, which is pretty crazy because wow, like him playing at such a high level at such a young age, and then now at the age of 22 not even being a speck of what he once was is pretty crazy. But he's still a young player. Even Deco has said, yo, this guy is still young. He could definitely improve. He could definitely get better. He could definitely come back to us one day and be an important player for us. Hopefully this loan spell is going to benefit him and not hurt him, because he definitely needs that playing time. So hopefully over there in France he develops, he gets better, and comes back to Barcelona as a baller. Hopefully, we'll see what happens, but all we can say is good luck, Ansu Fati. Next up is some news that we also covered in the last videos, which is about Andres Christensen potentially staying at Barcelona. For those that watched my last Barcelona news videos, you already know how much I rate Christensen. I love Christensen. I rate him very highly. I rate him to the point where I think he can be a starter for Barcelona over the likes of Inigo Martinez, over Ronaldo. I just think he's that good. But the problem with him has always been an injury crisis ever since he's joined Barcelona. Every time we need him, he's always out. But when he's available, he does very well. He did great under Xavi. He did great under Hansi Flick in the last couple games where he's played. You know, he understood the system very well, but it's the problem with injuries. You know, that's the reason Barcelona wanted to get rid of Andres Christensen. But right now, it's looking like Christensen wants to stay at Barcelona. He doesn't want to leave this summer. He loves the environment. He loves the project that Barcelona currently have. And obviously, his family love Barcelona as well. And Hansi Flick and his team have also expressed that they rate the player very highly, that they value the player, and they wouldn't have a problem if he does stay the upcoming season. So hopefully, he does stay. You know, his contract ends in 2026, so who knows what Barcelona will end up deciding to do with him. But right now, he has all the power. If he wants to stay, he can stay. If he wants to leave, okay, we can get something done. But right now, if he decides to stay, I think it would be great for us. You know, I think he will help us definitely a lot. And, you know, hopefully in the end, he does stay. We'll see what happens there. But Christensen, please stay. So more interesting news that has been coming out is that Hansi Flick values two players very highly and wants to keep them from this upcoming 25-26 season. He doesn't even want to hear a speck of a transfer rumors of them potentially leaving FC Barcelona. And those two players are Fermin Lopez and Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia, since joining Barcelona, has had a lot of moments where we're thinking, how is this guy still an FC Barcelona player? He got his loan moved to Girona. After one season, he's improved massively to the point where Hansi Flick said, hey, you're not leaving this summer. We want to keep you. He stayed into the 24-25 season, and what a great decision that was, because he improved massively. He played as a right back. He plays as center back. He plays as a DM. We're not going to even think about that Monaco right card, but let's forget about that. But besides that, he's done great. You know, he's improved a lot. He's definitely showed that he can play at this high level for Barcelona. He could definitely be a rotational player that will benefit us a lot going into this next season. And Hansi Flick rates him. You know, he rates him very highly. He rates his work ethic. He's a very good professional. So him staying, I have no problem with. He's improved so much that, you know, if he stays, it'll be great for us. Fermin Lopez is making his debut for the first team at FC Barcelona, has shown a lot of potential, and these last couple years, he's improved massively under Xavi's last season with Barcelona, during the Olympics with Spain, and in Hansi Flick's first season. He's shown that he can definitely be a great rotational player and even a starter in certain games, but not hearing any offers for him is a great decision. We definitely need to keep this guy for this next upcoming season. He's still a young player, so we definitely have some things to improve into his game, but besides that, we're seeing a lot of great qualities from him. He's a great goal scorer, he has a great effort goal, and he has great link-up play. So he has the qualities to be an FC Barcelona player and even a starter as the number 10 for Barcelona, because considering how Dani Olmo did last season, he didn't do great. So Fermin definitely has some arguments to be the main guy and the number 10 for Barcelona. You know, we're going to see what Hansi Flick decides, because with the likes of Nico Williams potentially coming in, you know, who knows who's going to play the number 10? Rafinha, Dani Olmo, Fermin, who knows? But Fermin Lopez staying at Barcelona is great news. The more interesting news is that Barcelona are going to go for the signing of ROONY BARDGHJI. However you say his name, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but the young talented player from Copenhagen for a total of 2.5 million euros. Wow. I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you guys that I know a lot about the guy, that I've seen a lot of games from him. You know, I really haven't. I've mostly seen clips from him even before he was linked to Barcelona. And, you know, he looks like a talented player for sure that has a lot of great qualities. And, you know, he can be a great player into the upcoming future. Who knows? For $2.5 million, I'm not going to complain at all, right? That's a, you know, very cheap signing for sure. One thing that is concerning is the fact that he's had an ACL injury in the past. So who knows that could affect his progression. You know, the player that a lot of people consider him to be into the next into the future. Who knows that will affect it? You know, maybe not, because Deco definitely sees something in him, and Barcelona sees something in him that they wanted to sign him for sure. I don't know if he's going to play for the first team or if he's going to go first in the second team and then, you know, progress into the first team once he gets more confidence or more playing time. Who knows how his adaptation is going to be for Barcelona? But for $2.5 million, I'm not going to complain. If a lot of people rate him highly, fine, I'll take it for sure. You know, he plays on the right side where Lamine Yamal plays, so you know, if he's that player that a lot of people consider him to be, you know, maybe he can, you know, bring some competition for Lamine Yamal. We'll see what happens. But $2.5 million, that's pennies. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you guys to sit down and join me as we close our eyes and dream for a second, because this upcoming news is very, very fairy tale-ish right here. Because apparently, Lionel Andres Messi, the greatest player in the world, the greatest player of all time, the greatest player to ever wear an FC Barcelona jersey, wants to leave Inter Miami. He wants to find a new place to play for the next 6 months to prepare for the Copa Mundial, the World Cup. Now, are you with me right now? What other place could it be but FC Barcelona? Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but let me just mother effing dream for a little bit here. Come on, we're talking about Lionel Messi, the greatest player of all time. Of course I want to dream about this for a second, because if there's one player, one legend that is currently playing that can definitely play at the highest level in Europe, is Lionel Messi. He definitely still has the level to play at a high level. He definitely still has the level to play for a team like FC Barcelona. Now just imagine him coming back to Barcelona, playing with a better, competent side, not full of bums, not full of people that will make him angry, that will fail him. Now he has a great squad around him. Just imagine him having one last dance for Barcelona, wearing the number maybe 19, because we all know Lamine Yamal is going to potentially take the number 10, wearing the number 19, one of his first numbers for Barcelona, and then just leading us to the 6th, him preparing, playing at a high level to win a second World Cup at the new Camp Nou, and then him leaving at the end of the season so successful with a standing ovation that he so long deserved since he's left Barcelona. Like, come on, bro. Isn't that the fairy tale ending that the greatest player of all time from the beautiful sport deserves? Like, that would be such an incredible signing, incredible display, an incredible thing to happen. But will it happen? Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. I highly doubt it, because as much as I would love that, and as much as maybe Lionel Messi would love that as well, he knows for sure that if he goes back to Barcelona, it will be beautiful for the fans. It will be beautiful for him and his family for sure. But if he doesn't do great, if he doesn't play at the highest level, it's going to be very stressful for sure. You know, he needs a calm environment to prepare for this next upcoming World Cup, because it will definitely be his last. And, you know, for sure he's going to want to, you know, go back to back for sure. That'd be an incredible thing to do. So he wants to prepare at the highest level. And even though Barcelona is at the highest level, it's just too much stress. It's just too much shit going around that he'll just get too much pressure. Like, he can definitely handle the pressure, but it's just not needed for someone that's already completed football. He wants to relax, enjoy his football, prepare, play at a high level, and, you know, just prepare for one last dance in the World Cup. So we'll see where he ends up going. You know, I've been seeing, you know, maybe some speculation him going to Italy, him, you know, going somewhere else. I really don't know. I'm only seeing really Italy, but we'll see what happens there. But let him injury. Just let him injury for a bit. Well, talking about Lionel Messi and talking about the number 10, Lamine Yamal will be taking the number 10 going into the next season. No more 19, no more LY19. Now we're going to see LY10. Wow. that will be beautiful going into this next season. Lamine Yamal is definitely that player that can take the reins after the likes of Lionel Messi. There's definitely no player in between Messi and Lamine Yamal to inherit the number 10. Definitely not, for sure. Definitely not. Recently we've been seeing a lot of news that Lamine Yamal will be taking the number 10, and it's basically been confirmed when Lamine Yamal goes on Instagram and posts legends that have been wearing the number 10, like the likes of Maradona, Ronaldinho, and Lionel Messi will definitely be next for sure. He even posted the picture of Lionel Messi holding him when he was a baby. So definitely, it's a script. It's definitely an amazing script, and Lamine Yamal inheriting that number 10 will be amazing. Not only will it be amazing for him to represent that great number, that historic number, but their shirt sales will definitely be impressive as well. We're gonna get some bread from that. So Barcelona definitely know what they're doing there. But yeah, Lamine Yamal LY10 into the next season. Before we get into the last big news, let's quickly talk about this one transfer rumor that's been coming out recently. Is Dumfries to FC Barcelona? Question mark? Maybe, potentially. Who knows? Apparently, Hansi Flick raised the guy and would want him to come to FC Barcelona, considering he has a 25 million release clause on his contract. And do I think it's a good signing? Maybe, potentially. I just have two concerns, though. One, he's pushing 30. And two, he's more of a wingback than a proper right back. He's used to that 5 in the back system rather than a 4 in the back system. He's used to playing very wide, very high up, practically playing as a winger, right? Considering he played for Inter Milan and also for the national team of Netherlands, where they also play a 5 in the back system. So, he's used to playing that position rather than a proper right back. But if Hansi Flick rates him and would want him to come to Barcelona, he definitely sees something in him to be that right back for us. I definitely think we do need a right back, because I would definitely want to see Koundé play more as a center back, his proper natural position. But he's done great things as a right back for sure. But I definitely think he needs some competition, considering Hector Ford is still young. He still needs to improve some things. So Dumfries would definitely be a great addition for sure. One thing for sure that he will definitely have to do if he does join Barcelona is win our hearts. Like that, because we're not going to forget what you did to us in the semifinals, Dumfries. You're the reason we had heartbreak last season in the Champions League. Just never forget that. So if you do join Barcelona, you better win our hearts like that, because we definitely have some hate in you for sure. I really wouldn't mind if Dumfries does come to Barcelona. For 25 million is cheap, again, just considering his position, his natural position where he's been playing for many years now, and again, his age for sure is a factor. We can definitely get maybe 1 to 2 years for him. So if Barcelona are able to pull it off, or maybe even get it for a cheaper price, I really wouldn't mind. But if Hansi Flick wants him, we must trust the Don. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the last news. Nico Williams to FC Barcelona. Oh my goodness, the amount of news, the amount of things being said surrounding this guy has been so annoying, because I just know one thing is for certain. He will be an FC Barcelona player, people. Let's not get that twisted. He will definitely come to FC Barcelona. Barcelona have expressed that they wanted him. Nico Williams has highly expressed that he wants to be a Barcelona player. So that's not even going to be a doubt, a question in my mind, because I know he will definitely be a Barcelona player. Everyone knows we need a proper left winger, and right now, every other option is gone besides Nico Williams. He's going to be the main priority, so Barcelona will get that deal done. So any Barcelona fan that are stressing, when is he joining? When are we going to get it done? Relax. Signings take time. They definitely take time. Preseason is now until the end of the month, so we have time. So let's relax here for a little bit. These players are still on vacation. Let them rest. Let them chill. We'll get all of that done in due time. Just remember, before the season starts, we will have Nico Williams. I can guarantee you that. Athletic Club went out to La Liga and started complaining and crying, saying, but they're not in the one-on-one rule. They're broke, financial crisis, Negredo. Oh, Europa League, we're still talking about it 3 years later. Oh. Just started crying and bitching for no reason, because at the end of the day, Barcelona have been confirmed that they are back in the one-on-one rule and they can freely register players and make some signings. And you know who our next signing will be? Nico Williams. Athletic Club, you have taken the massive L. You have lost the battle and you have lost the war. Take that mother effing L, because I really truly don't understand why all these things were being said. It's honestly so embarrassing, from the fans to the club. It's so embarrassing, because did you guys really expect a player at the caliber of Nico Williams to really stay at your club throughout his whole career? It just doesn't make sense. Come on. He's such a great talent. He was eventually going to leave. If it was to Bayern Munich, to Arsenal, to Barcelona, whichever the case was going to be, he was going to leave. So come on, bro. I understand that you're upset because you're going to Barcelona and you guys consider us a rival, because we're really not. We're going to beat you every single time. You're not going to be at the same level as us. I can understand you're upset about that, but it's the reality. That's just how it is. You know, the more comfortable choice for him was definitely going to be to go to Barcelona, considering the friends that he has at Barcelona, and you know, he's going to stay in Spain. So just accept the reality of it, and don't forget what he's done for you. Don't forget the happiness that he's brought for you as well. You know, with this, he decided to stay one more season to play European football for you guys because he loves the club that much. He wanted to play in the European football, in the Europa League, and maybe have won you that trophy. Unfortunately, it couldn't be done, but he at least played and got you, helped you get to the semifinals. Don't forget about that. Let's not also forget that he also helped you win the Copa del Rey a couple years ago too. You know who else? You know who he eliminated? You know, he was the main figure against what team? Against Barcelona 2 seasons ago. He was the main figure. He's the one that eliminated Barcelona and got you to the final and won you the Copa del Rey. Don't forget about that. Let's not also forget that you guys are Spaniards. You know what that means? He went and represented you guys in the Euros, being such a key figure, scoring in the final, representing your team. So be happy for what, you know, he's done for you guys, and just let him go. Let him go, because now he will be an FC Barcelona player. Accept it. It's reality now. Thank you. Honestly, guys, we have to thank Laporta and the board and his team, everyone who works at Barcelona on a day-to-day basis since Laporta has come back, because they have done an incredible job, you know, helping us get over this financial crisis that we've been suffering for years now, you know, at points where we were thinking, will we ever come back from this? And Laporta said, yes, we will, and we're definitely back. You know, we're back in the one-on rule, which is incredible, and give them so much credit for that. You know, brought us this happiness back for this club that we love so much. You know, now building the squad as well that can compete at the highest level, bringing us Hansi Flick in a moment where we thought Xavi could have been the next guy for us. Unfortunately, he couldn't. Maybe in the future, who knows? But even Xavi, we have to give him so much credit, because he's the one that has set the foundations for this team that we currently have. You know, so much happiness now for this Barcelona side going into, you know, into the future, which we really got to thank the board. Now this new stadium that we're going to get back as well. We also got to talk about the fixtures that are coming up for the next season. The first 3 games will be away, because Barcelona want to come back, you know, to the new stadium, so they agreed with La Liga to play the first 3 games away, which I have no problem with at all. And we also got confirmed that the October 20 something will be playing Real Madrid. I'm not sure specifically when it is, but just a big thank you to Laporta, the board, everything they've worked throughout the years. They have done an amazing job and brought us back this happiness. Let me know, guys, down in the comments below what you guys thought about the video. What do you guys thought about this transfers news that have been recently coming out? Are you happy with them? Do you have some complaints? Let me know all those things down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Share to your friends that love football, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that is. Take care, much love, and peace.